Peace and blessings, family. This is your boy Gerald. Today is 4th of July, 2017. How is everybody doing? While you're out today, I hope that you are well, you are safe, because today is another milestone in your life. Yes, 4th of July comes and goes, and the years continue to add up. But today, I want you to think about something, not to sound passive aggressive or be a Debbie Downer, as some people like to consider it, but I want you to consider this. In a town near you, in a city near you, in a state near you, there are going to be plenty of people that are going to be out with the intent to be festive. And in the midst of that festivities, there are going to be those looking to disrupt your safety. That's right. There are going to be those out there that just only want to cause problems, chaos, to undermine what you have planned for this day. So it's very important, family, that if you're going to be out and about today, that you leave the same way you should return, and that is safe. If you got to get on the road, make sure that not only as you're driving, you be cognitive of those people to the left, to the right, and behind you. Unfortunately, we live in a world now that people do not want to put proper planning, and we are just going on autopilot. That's why when you look, they have the cell phone all in their face. That should tell you right there, family, that they're not caring about their well being, nor are they caring about yours. Now, yes, we have Officer Friendly out there, and Officer Friendly is not there to be the welcoming community, but to remind you that they don't want to be there either, but they're there. So watch your speed, watch your speed, watch your speed. Now, on the flip side, let's take 4th of July. What is this day going to symbolize or represent compared to a year ago? What is the change? What is the milestone? Is there growth between last year compared to where you are now? Only you know this. Only you can answer this question. Or are you marking time? Are you in a holding pattern in your life? Are you stuck? Because there's going to be plenty of people, family. They're going to be making a whole lot of money off your misery today, too. You're going to see them out there. People going, hey, look, I like having I like to have a little bit of drink. But you're going to have some people that this day reminds them of something emotional. And you're going to hear it and see it in their disposition, too. All you got to do is be cognitive to watch. You're going to see a lot of people today going to be acting out, but they don't have any direction. You have a lot of people that are going to be condescending because they see change. Listen, some of y'all are going to understand what I'm saying, and some of y'all are going to let it go in one ear, come out the other. Let's make this day the day that you take that first step to your dreams. I know some people say, well, Gerald, I'm in my 50s, Gerald. I ain't got no more dreams. As long as you're breathing, you can still grow. And as long as you can grow, you can still dream. How do you think manifestation takes place? You first must have a thought, and that thought will grow into an action by way of a pattern, a behavior, a choice. So listen, maybe you're that person that silently was struggling with your weight, and you see where you like to be compared to the reality of where you are. Let me ask you something. Do you think those people just went on out there and then voila, got the physique the way they did? Now, I understand we have a lot of people out there that want to take shortcuts. But those people right there, which is really a small, minute few, I told y'all this 5 years ago. Don't worry, take note, because when it comes to your temple, referring to your body, guess what? Your DNA knows where it needs to be protected, and your DNA also knows what needs to be destroyed. And those same people taking shortcuts, not to speak negatively, you're going to see them. You're going to see them go through some things. You're going to see their health deteriorate. You're going to see them go through unnecessary pain and torment until whatever what was going on that was the motivation that was not pure is purged out. Let me tell you something. Wow, there can be a lot of people celebrating today. Why won't you make this day the day you celebrate you? If you take anything that I just said, make this the day that you celebrate you, no matter what your environment is. I got it. Your money might be light right now. You might be going through some financial hardship right now. You want to change that financial hardship? Why won't you be honest and acknowledge what needs to be fixed? Even if it just takes one, start working on it. Start working on it. Don't let up on it. And that will come and go. And then you do the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And you'll be on the other side, no different than you being, just like the same metaphor. That's no different than you being in your car. You got to go through a tunnel, but you in gridlock. Well, guess what? Eventually, if you stay the course, you'll be on the other side. That's the same way when it comes to your financial freedom. So stay the course. Love you more. And yeah, I got a call on it. I got a couple emails on this, and I'll put this out here too. This summer is going to be validation for a lot of y'all because you're going to really see the strength and the value of your connections to your relationships. Some of y'all are going through that now. Some of y'all are single, but before the summer came, you were committed. Was that your choice, or was that by way of your reaction? The worst thing that you can do, the worst thing you can do is run out there and jump into another relationship without allowing yourself to survey, to take inventory what you just experienced. But tell the truth, family. Tell the truth. What really terrifies you is you think you're going to live your life alone now, don't you? You think that no one's going to spend their days with you. Stop settling. You want to stop selling? Stop looking and look within yourself. If you put more effort in what you need to do, your reality will fall in place as it should. And on a sidebar, in a town near you, in a city near you, in a state near you, more and more, you are starting to see a point where there is a self extermination of men by way of gun violence, because that is nothing but pride and ego. We all know that there's no gun shops, there's no gun manufacturers where you live. But every day, when you wake up, when you have lunch, when you come home at the end of your day, the same story plays out. The faces change, the tears continue to flow. There's someone's father, someone's brother, someone's another male lies cold. But here's the thing, because I know there's a lot of people that want to take the position of being pro. What you don't realize is take the melanin factor out. Take it out. Set it to the side for a second. Even though you see gun violence playing out where you live, what you don't realize is every time a body turns cold, that's another void placed in someone's legacy. That's someone's father that could have been. That's someone's mother that will never extend the, the line of life. Because without the woman, what? She is the spiritual door that brings that child out, even though it is the male that creates it. But here's what's really dangerous, family. Not to sound morbid, while we're having all our little boys out there die by the hand of a gun. Our little girls are self-mutilating themselves systematically through time, because what's happening is you grow up to become sterile. Now, let me run that by you again. While there are little boys out there playing with their toys, and mind you, there's no reset button, just like there's no respect earned. Our little girls are self-mutilating themselves by way of choice, only to result in becoming sterile. But you don't hear the media talk about that. And we're wondering why our family trees are starting to look like tumbleweeds. Meanwhile, you are feeding on propaganda saying to convince you that you need no one. Let me tell you something. And I say this with life, with love, because love is life. As long as you breathe air, as long as you have that beautiful mind here, that big heart here, and you're able to move around this planet, you're going to need somebody. There's no such thing as being self-sufficient. But that's the lie that has been convinced. That's the second lie. The first lie was when the devil convinced man he does not exist. But he's real. Very real. Meanwhile, there's still people dying by drinking and driving. There's still people ODing. How is it in 2017 we have an OD issue in the United States? How? So while you're out there celebrating the day, why don't you make this day the day that you celebrate you? Why won't you just give yourself one concession of one thing that you've been delaying that you wanted to do? Stop putting it on the shelf. What you're afraid of? That you'll be happy? Right? I know some of y'all are saying, but you're, oh, this sounds kind of morbid. No, this is real. Because the reality is, there are going to be people that they're going to get up this morning and they ain't going to make it home tonight. You don't believe me? Just turn on your news. Where you live at? Look at and listen to what they say. That's somebody's father. That's someone's mother. That's someone's sort of son. They're not going to see tomorrow, and that's a choice. That's a choice. You remember, those are the two gifts that God gave you unconditionally. Number one is to unconditionally love yourself. Number two is the gift of free will, the right to choose. So why don't you choose to love yourself more? Because right now I know a lot of you are doing this. I got this inkling in my mind, Jordan. I be hearing these voices in my head. It's messing up my sleep. I got these urges, Drew. I don't understand where they coming from. It makes my sex drive go. I don't understand. There's something about them people. I think it's chemistry. No, it's not. It's called spiritual attack. The trigger or the pawn will be the device is used. I'm saying this family out of love for someone, to all of you actually, but someone needs to hear this because you're about to make a decision that may have repercussions. And all I'm trying to do is get you to stop, think before you act, so you can continue on your journey. If they're acting strange and you're reacting in tow, who's responsible for that? You are. But when the chips fall, and they will, who's going to be there to pick them up? Not them. That's why you see this. It's summertime. A whole lot of relationships ended, didn't it? It was all good. Everything was great until summer hit. Now they don't know you. That's not to punish you. That's for you to see your value and worth. Be God. Be 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 grateful they're not there. And kings, stop thinking with your penis. As long as you think with your penis, you'll never be able to hold your wallet right. Did you hear what I said? Until you're able to balance this, own this, you can't own this. You're just a tool. And guess what? You have plenty of women out there that know that, and they don't care. The reason why they don't care because they don't respect themselves. So birds of a feather flock together. The end result is always destruction and pain. Don't compromise your worth because of what she looks like. If you have to, let me throw this out there for somebody too. I'm gonna get off my boat, get off my box, because it's early here, family. If first of all, the people that are gonna be in your life love themselves, they will be the living example of what inspires you. Did you hear what I said? The people that have your best interest are the living example of what inspires you. So guess what? If you've got to strong arm somebody just for them to acknowledge you, if you have to allow some vibrato to be heard, if you have to strong arm someone just for them to act right, guess what? They're not supposed to be in your life. Because the people that genuinely will honor you also honor themselves. And guess what? They're going to walk with you. They're going to walk with you without any influence. Why? Because they know their value and worth. And guess what? You know those people? You can build with those people. Some other people are only there to distract and destroy. That's why people come into your life to be what? The lesson or the blessing. But guess what? It doesn't matter if you're not willing to see it in yourself first. She's in your life, but she's breaking your stuff. She don't have your best interest. He's in your life, but he's beating on you. But you're with him because of how he makes you feel. He will never love you. The reason why he will never love you is because he doesn't love himself. Let that sink in. Because I know there's somebody you feeling like you're on cloud nine. You just met this person. This person meets all the parameters of what you need. But you'll come to find out it was only what you wanted. And guess what? If they don't have a relationship with God first, they will never have a relationship with themselves. And if they don't have a relationship with themselves first, guess what? They can never have one with you. So where y'all going? To another disappointment? Another lie? I know somebody's dealing with that right now. Yeah, somebody that's your biggest strain. You're like, they can't tell the truth for nothing. You know why? You know why they lie so much? Because they don't like the reality that they're in. So they use that as a tactic to basically deal. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to be someone that I'm dealing because you basically saying I'm settling. No, you're the exception. But see, society wants you to learn to be hypersensitive and hypersexual too. You know what comes happen? You know what happens when you become hypersexual? you'll start having mental issues. And also, you'll be on that path for a lot of envelope pushing, so to speak. I'm trying to be PC right now because I know I have some young ones that like to watch my channel. Peace and blessings to you. What I'm trying to say to each and every one of you, take the stopwatch off your life, family. Ground your feet and take note to what's going on in your environment. And if you don't like what's going on in your environment, be honest. Admit that to yourself, but also admit to yourself maybe that's not the environment you should have been there the whole time. That's right. There's somebody saying, "Well, Joe, I like everything about this person, but if they could only do," that's not your call. Because the person that's truly supposed to be in your life will fit the bill. You won't have to do anything. You won't have to do anything because you will be in sync, or better yet, yoked. And what did God say? You're not supposed to yoke. You don't try to yoke with the unyoked. You have some people that live in the world. They worldly like that, and that's where they are. There's gonna be plenty of people that you're gonna come to see in your life that unfortunately they're gonna break your heart because of things that's gonna happen to them. And nobody, and really, because come on, man, nobody wants to wish bad on anybody. Nobody, even your little exes, even though they ain't in your life. Guess what? They're part of your story. But if your story keeps repeating, but the faces change, and Queen, mind you, it looks like a flower for a reason. So guess what? That one, he knows the weight of the stem because between you and him, you make roots. He is the stem. You are the flower. You're the petal. You come together to make the roots. You build that family tree. Take the stopwatch out your life, family. That's all I'm saying. Because y'all don't hear about this. The media ain't reporting this. There- There's so many agendas going on right now to legitimize things. But guess what? If God ain't in it, it ain't blessed. There's no way around it. There's no gray area. There's no blurred lines. Don't get it twisted. Why you think when they talked about the Lamb's book, the day of judgment, God said, "Hey, I know you not. Who you think gonna be there? They're gonna be people you know and people you've come in contact with. You come in contact to grow with that person or learn from that person, even if it means it's indirectly done. Remember how your elders used to say, well, if you saw Johnny jump off a bridge, would you do it too? No. You're supposed to learn from the mistake. Because what if Johnny jumped off that bridge, but Johnny didn't die? Now you witness the effects of someone's choice. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You sitting over here upset because of he won't call you. Be glad because he ain't gonna be your husband. Who am I talking to? You only come around Darnell's place because what Darnell makes you feel, but you act out like a little 6-year-old and break his stuff. Why are you playing with your freedom? Don't you realize every time you disrespect yourself by breaking someone's possessions, you basically bought it for free for them? You just gave them a free upgrade by compromising your respect. But society taught y'all that. I ain't trying to call nobody out, but when a certain somebody made a catchy song talking about destruction, the world responded in tough. But what you didn't say was the reactions of that lawsuit. Hmm? How about that court charge? Hmm? Because you see it all on TV, you see it all up on here. Everybody got enough time to record it so that it goes viral. But you never hear anybody say, hey, that ain't what you want. Leave him alone. Leave her alone. Because, oh, trust and believe, there are people that do that. And what happens? What if the other person has a gun? Boom. Now they're gone. Two lives destroyed anyway. Shouldn't have been together. You ever thought about that? But we don't talk about that, huh? Because we think it's cute. So while you're out being festive, take a second to think about the things left undone. Why don't you make this the day that you decide to go on your diet? Maybe this is the day that you decide to say, you know what? I'm going to eat better. I'm going to make sure that I take my vitamins and I drink my water. Make this the day that all the things that have been holding you back, how about them fake friends? And I say that out of respect because that's what they are. Because every time that you've had a situation, they've never been there for you. Now have that. But let's flip the script. You're the first person they call. Why? Because they know. They know you're trustworthy, but you ain't nobody's doormat. So stop acting like it. I know somebody said, "Well, Joe, you say this all the time." No, I say this because it's to reach the intended heart and intended mind. This might not this might not pertain to you, but there might be something that does. This may reach your daughter in a way that you can't. I say this out of love. This may reach the person that you care about. That's what it's for. So while you're celebrating today, why don't you celebrate you? Because guess what? Yes, we're gonna celebrate the democracy of the United States, but what we don't hear is this. You wouldn't have a democracy. You wouldn't have a republic if it wasn't for the people that made it. Oh, I'm gonna go a little deeper. What about the people that were already here? You know, those indigenous folks. You like to call them Native Americans, but guess what? If the original man was in Africa, do you actually think he limited himself to one continent? Hmm? Why you think you have antiquities and artifacts of the same caliber image? Look at South America. What do you see? Solomon Island. What do you see? Those heads. Look, what's so many about them heads? They all got big noses and jawbones, huh? Mm. But what's amazing is the color of the stones. Mm. And it's right in front of you because what you don't realize, family, is this: everybody has melanin in their body. Everybody. The only thing that differentiates You, from me, from all the other cultures is this: environment, geography, social standings. That's why if you look at where the equator sits, you'll notice this. Everybody tends to look the same, no matter where it falls on the globe. And I think it's kind of funny because you got a lot of people out here that preach a lot of hate, preach a lot of negativity. Those are the most insecure, broken people you will come. I call them hardball people. You see them on the highway too. You know, unfortunately, I know y'all saw that story of that young girl that lost her life last week, just trying to get on the highway because of an insecure young man. He was 21, so but he was still young because he didn't have enough common sense to see the value of his life. Now his life's forever ruined, and unfortunately, this young flower is not here. Which goes to my point originally. See, that would have been someone's mother, someone's auntie, someone's great grandmother if she had lived. See, every time we have a life taken, that puts another void space in the legacy of the family tree. But y'all don't see that, right? You don't see that, right? Everything is being blurred. That's why everything is being neutralized, man. Everything is being everything gonna be together. Men, women. So what's up? We're gonna have a bunch of Mathodites walking around there. Is that going to be the new trend? And think about it. What do you think a transgender is without the surgery? And you wonder why the Baphomet looks the way it does. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, helps me discern mine. Don't let another holiday come and go without making one of those dreams that you have been putting off. Let this be the day that it becomes a reality. You're gonna have a lot of people that you're gonna come to see that don't want you to do that. They want you to stay the same way you are. You know why? Because they subtly and silently are benefiting from it. Love yourself more, family. You're worth it. Be safe.